Want to see how I got this soft, feminine makeup look? Keep on watching. Hey Glow Queens, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a soft, feminine makeup look, guys. This is the makeup that I do every single day. It makes me feel so pretty, so flawless, so everything. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. I don't want to waste too much time, so we're just going to jump right into it. So the first thing I like to do is I like to always prime my skin. It is so important to prime your skin. Let me tell you, it makes a huge difference in your makeup application, like fab to drab. But another important thing is knowing what kind of primer you need to use. Now, before I even think about primer, the first thing I do is I always spritz myself with a hydrating rose water. I got this one from Amazon, the Mario Badish. Yes, so this one is really good. This is my favorite one. So I just want to hydrate my skin, let her know that I'm coming through with some product, okay? So I just go ahead, spritz her up a little bit, let her dry down. Okay, we're gonna let her dry down. While she's drying down, I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my lips. I like to use the Vaseline Lip Therapy. I've had this for so long, so don't mind the packaging might look a little worn because it is used. So I like to moisturize my lips, get them nice and moist and ready. And now that my skin's nice and dried down, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. Now, me personally, I like to use the YSL Touche Éclat primer. This is like my favorite thing to use in the world. I used to use the Hangover primer a lot, but I found that it made my makeup like move. And I like my makeup to be on, girl. When it's on, it needs to stay on, okay? So I use a little bit of this, just squirt a little bit in my hands. By the way, they sell this at Sephora. So I'm just gonna put that on my skin. A little bit of this literally goes a long way, but you can use any primer. You just have to use a primer that's good for your skin. You just have to use a primer that works for your skin. It takes a little bit of like a trial and error before you really find that one product that just works so bomb for your skin. It took me forever to find this primer, but this one complements my skin so good because I don't have oily skin, but I don't have dry skin. I'm somewhere in between. And this just makes my makeup look flawless. So the next thing I like to do after I prime my face, I think I need a little bit more primer because I feel some dry spots. I just ordered a new one of these and I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, so this one's like running out and I'm sad. I knew this was gonna happen, that's why I ordered a new one. Alright, Glow Queens, so my eyebrows are done and now I'm going to go ahead and move into shadow. So the first thing I like to do is prime my lids. I don't use like an eyeshadow primer, I don't think it's necessary. I just use my concealer. So for this, I'm using my Tarte Double Duty Beauty Concealer, but like I said, you guys can use whatever products you want. Or is this a Shape Tape? Ah, this is Shape Tape. Whatever. I use this Shape Tape concealer on my lids to prime my eyes. I put that, when I put my eyeshadow on, it blends really good. So I'm just going to blend out that concealer with this concealer buffing brush from Morphe. Okay, now that I've primed my lids, I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyeshadow. Okay, so for my eyeshadow looks, I like to use the Morphe 3503 palette. I use this palette every single day. Why? Because it has all of the colors that a girl would need to look her absolute best. So these are the colors here, if you guys can see. They're so pretty, so pretty. I recently got this palette. I used to use the Renaissance palette like crazy, and then I found this palette online and I was like, oh yes, queen, I need this. So first thing I do is go ahead and start with my eyeshadow. Now, first thing I do is I'm going to use this blending brush to go ahead and do my base color. I kind of do my eyeshadow a little bit different than you might see other people do it. I kind of work backwards. Some people work and they'll do like a light base and then whatever, work their way up. I work darks to lights instead of lights to darks. So I'm going to go in with kind of like an orangey, sunsetty look. Like I want it to be natural. I want it to, not natural, but I want it to look very classy, right? So I'm going to use a color that really complements my skin. And I find a more orangey, the more oranges and colors, oranges, browns, those tend to look really nice on my skin. So it's imperative that you find your key color. And you're going to have to try them out. But for feminine looks, I tend to stay away from like purples, greens, any like loud colors. I really try to stick to neutrals, especially for everyday looks, just because it's more sustainable and it just looks more effortless. When you have neutral colors in your face, people don't really realize that you have makeup on. I mean, they do, but it's not like so loud. So I'm just gonna blend that out. I like to blend up towards my eyebrow just to make a more like gradient effect with my shadows. And I always hold my brush like a little bit down, not so much at the top, because that's too much control, and that's how you end up like pressing the product in or smearing it. So I hold it more towards the top, so it's more of like a light hand. So when I'm doing that blend, it looks more like an airbrushed finish. Then it doesn't look as forced. And I'm just gonna like build that up, because there's product still on the brush. So I'm just blending that up to make it really pretty and soft. You can never overblend. I feel like that's one of the most important things, that if you're new to makeup, you can never overblend. There's no such thing, but you definitely can underblend. And one thing a girl does not want is harsh lines. So the next thing I do with my eyes, I like to go on with a little bit of a lighter color. So I'm going to use this color here, and I'm going to mix it with this one just for my lid color. I like my lids to be a little bit lighter. Not really like a cut crease, just like an ombre effect, I guess, if that's the right thing. And then I just press that on where there's no orange. Wherever the orange is not, that's where I'm gonna press that lighter color into. And I do more of a press than an actual like swiping motion, just because I want this color to really stand out, so I want to pack it on. Then I'm going to go back in with that blending brush, and I'm just going to blend everything together once again, so there's no harsh lines. I mean, just to give my eyes a little bit of depth, I'm going to go in with a darker brown shade on the corners of my eyes, but super light, because you have to be careful not to like ruin the whole look with this. So I'm gonna pack it on in the corners of my eyes. It's really light, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I'm gonna blend it inward. I think this is cute. I think this looks good. Now I'm gonna put my lashes on. So I like to use the Sephora Lily lashes. These are in the style Rome. These are like one of my favorite lashes. I've used these a few times, so I'm not gonna like zoom in on the packaging because it's a little ghetto. But these are my favorite lashes. These aren't really everyday lashes, but if you're a girl like me and you like a little noise, you like a little drama, then you can put on the dramatic lash. But if you want to be cute and dainty, you can either just throw on some mascara, or you can throw on like a wispy lash, like a demi wispy or something like that. Ouch, my mirror just fell and hurt my arm. All right, so now I have my lashes on, my eyes are done. I am ready to move on to my face. Now, what I like to start with is always concealer. Now, I like to use a few different kinds of concealers when I do my concealers. So the first one I always like to use, my go-to, is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the color Golden. This is my favorite one, and then I will mix it with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Medium Tan Golden. So when I do my concealer, I like to go from the corner of my inner eye to the bottom of my nose to the side of my eye. That's me. That's what I like to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into that. I like to do that on both sides. Then I like to go on my upper lip, on my chin, and on my forehead, and then a little bit down my nose. Now first I like to blend it out with a beauty sponge, then I'll go in with an actual brush. I like to use both because I like to have an airbrushed finish when I do my concealer. So first I'm going to go in with my Real Technique sponge. This one is like my holy grail. I like the Beauty Blender sponge too, but this one seems to just be a lot more convenient as far as like buying, because you can get 2 for $10 rather than 1 for $20. So, and they literally work the same in my opinion. So I like to use this one instead. Okay, so now that I'm done blending out my concealer with the sponge, I like to go in with a concealer buffing brush. This is like one of my favorite brushes to use. Now I'm just gonna go under my eye where I may have missed spots. It just helps me to be more precise with my application. So anywhere that I like miss spots or there's not concealer, especially under my eyes, I just go ahead. This helps me really get in where I need to get in with this concealer. So nice, so nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take that Shape Tape just to go over the top, but I'm only using this under my eye because I like to have a bright under eye. That's just kind of me. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that, and then I'm gonna just go straight in with the brush and blend that out. I'm gonna go straight in with that buffing brush and just blend that out under my eye. And as you guys can see, I'm holding the brush more towards the end, so I'm using a light hand so it looks more airbrushed and not dragged, because if you hold your brush too tight, your makeup will have streaks. More of a patting motion, and then I'll kind of do like a little stippling motion under my eye to make sure that everything is really packed in and looks really good. So now I have that on. I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling good about it. That looks good. That looks phenomenal. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with foundation before I put my setting powder on, because I don't like to over bake. I only bake for a little bit of time, and it doesn't take me long to put my foundation on. So instead of like doing pumps on the back of my hand and wasting product, I like to just do little small micro pumps of foundation on my face where I have trouble spots. Now I like to use the Laura Mercier foundation. This is the Luminous Radiant Perfecting Foundation. Love this. I tried the matte one, wasn't in love with that. It made my skin look really dry, and I cannot. So I have a little bit, like I can see where my trouble spots are on my face. Little like dark spots or just places where I would need foundation, but I try not to put it in places where I put this concealer. So these little itty bitty micro pumps on my face. Now I'm going to go in with a regular just buffing brush, and I'm going to buff out all of that foundation. I like to blend down my neck. We don't want a mask. We want a full face. Okay, so we want to look as natural as possible when it comes to doing this. So I just make sure all my foundation is nice and even. So I like to make sure that my foundation is nice and even. And it complements my concealer really good because I did my concealer first. That's just kind of me. I don't like to put foundation all over my face and then put concealer on, because I find that the formula is like mixed, and then it ends up just not looking that good. Like, it just doesn't, and it doesn't last as long. So when I apply concealer straight to the skin with just the primer, I find that it applies more evenly, it doesn't look cakey, and it lasts a lot longer. So that's what I kind of found that worked. Sorry about that, guys. My camera did die. Not reliable. Anyways, so now I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye anywhere that I put concealer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Kat Von D powder. Okay. Oh, did you see what I was about to do? What the hell? I was about to put that on my eyelids. Alright, so while my face is baking, I am going to go ahead and put on some bronzer. So for bronzer, I like to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the color Mocha Mommy. This is the color here. This is literally like my favorite color ever. Love it. And I like to use this big fluffy brush from Morphe. None of these brushes have numbers or anything. I bought this in like a set, so that's why I'm not like Morphe 516792216, because I don't know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying my bronzer to my face to bring some color into my face. I like to go around my forehead, into my cheeks. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit just so I can see in this big mirror, because it just helps me see a little bit better what I'm doing, at least. So I already dusted off my powder under my eyes, so now I just want to go ahead and set my face, and then I'm going to add some blush. So first things first, I want to set my face. I like to use the Lasting Fix setting spray from Maybelline. This is good. It like reminds me of a dupe for Urban Decay, because it literally works exactly the same, like I swear. Fan that down, let her dry a little bit, and then I want to go ahead and add some blush. Then I want to do my lips, and then we are finito. Better. Okay, so now I want to just go ahead and add some blush. I'm just going to use this angled blush brush. I got these, some of these brushes I got from Amazon, some of them are from Morphe. They all work the same. So I like to put blush like right here on the top of my cheeks, just to lift my face. And that deep palette, this new palette actually has a really pretty brush color in it, but now I'm kind of scared to go in on it because I don't want it to be too, I don't want it to be too bright, you know? You know what? Life is about taking risks. Let's take some risk, okay? I'm gonna try this color because I've been eyeing it and I think it looks really pretty, but I hope it's not, just in case. It's a little bright. Let's go ahead and switch brushes so I can start off with a nice clean slate. I think that might look better. Oh Lord, let me tell you, makeup is not an exact science. It's so much like trial and error. Like if you're a girl that really is not good at makeup, don't feel discouraged, because I still am learning. But I had a hard time like finding my signature look, finding what products work best for my skin. Now I use a mix of like high-end products, low-end products, just to try to find like my perfect like je ne sais quoi. So now I want to finish off this look with my lips. I'm going to just do a brown liner with my Fenty Glow lip gloss and call it a day. It's just like a basic brown pencil. There's nothing special about it. I think it's from Wet n Wild. Okay, and now I'm just going to apply my Fenty, everybody knows this one. This is the Fenty Glow lip gloss. This is one of the originals. I like this. I also have the glass slipper. I tried that one out. It's not for everybody. Let's just say that. Alright guys, so this is my face. So now I'm going to go ahead and change my outfit, and I will be right back. Alright guys, and this is my completed look. This is my bronze glam queen look, and I'm feeling really good about it. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos similar to this one. I can make more detailed makeup tutorials, so if you guys are interested in that, please leave a comment below and let me know. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing, amazing week and an awesome, awesome day. Bye.